Hi everybody and welcome to my channel. Now, as you know, I'm all about bringing positive change to people's lives. Today I want to show you in a few very simple steps how you can take disappointment and turn it into new opportunities. And I'm going to use an example of someone who contacted me last week, and I'll show you how we did this and the results that she got at the end. So someone called me last week feeling quite upset, and whenever I got to the bottom of the story, basically what it was is that she had booked flights to go to walk on the Camino in Spain in September, and just with everything that's happening at the moment and listening to the news, she was getting really worried and concerned that maybe that's not going to happen. So she wanted my help in this. So as some of you may know, I use a model called the STEER model. It's just a model that I designed several years ago, and I use it with myself. I use it with all of my clients. If you want to know a little bit more about it, I've got a video up and I'll put a link in the description so you can have a look at that, and that'll explain it a little bit more. But basically it's about STEER, which is S is for situation, T is for thoughts, E is for emotion, the other E is for expression, and the R is results. It's not about the situation, but it's about our thoughts about the situation that give us the results that we have in our lives. So if we think about it, our thoughts affect how we feel, our feelings then affect what we do, and what we do then affects the results that we get in our life. So I said to her, okay, let's put this into the model. So let's look at it from now. So the situation is I've booked flights to go on the Camino in September. Those are the facts. So I asked her, what are your thoughts about that? Well, she said, well, what if I can't go? What if there are no flights? What if it's too dangerous to go? Okay, whenever you think those thoughts, how do you feel? I feel worried and stressed and panicky and disappointed. Whenever you feel like that, what do you do? Well, I'm continually watching the news to get updates, and I'm trying to talk to people to try and find out what's happening. And then whenever you do that, what are the results that you're getting? Well, I just get pulled into a horrible place that I don't want to be, and I can't focus on the things that I need to focus on every day. So that was her situation within the framework of STEER. So then what I did was I said to her, okay, let's look at this in terms of your expectation and the reality of the situation. So what is your expectations? My expectation is that I go on the Camino. What's the reality of the situation? The reality is it might not happen. In between, there are all those emotions: stress and worry and panic and disappointment. So then I said to her, okay, let's put this into a new model. So the situation is exactly the same. So I've booked to go on the Camino in September. So I said to her, if you put in the thought box, it might not happen. Is there any other way that you could look at this? And she said, actually, I was talking to a friend last week, and she said to me, did you ever think of walking in Ireland? And I said, there's a good option. What do you think about that? Actually, I think that would be a good idea, because walking is what I really like to do, and I could explore, some of the routes here in Ireland. Okay, so let's put that in. So I could go walking in Ireland. Now, whenever you think about that, how does that make you feel? Actually, it makes me feel quite excited and gives me some hope. And whenever you feel that way, what do you think you're likely to do? Well, I could go and investigate and research some routes around Ireland and see where there are good places to walk. And if you were to do that, what do you think the result might be? So the result of that would be that I would have a sense of purpose, which would mean that would give me something to do, and it would help me then to get on with the everyday things that I need to get on with. Whenever we went through that model, she was actually really enthusiastic. She was just so excited about doing the walks in Ireland, because walking was the thing that she really enjoyed doing. So she went away, and immediately she started to make some plans about walking in Ireland. So what that did was that completely stopped her from worrying and being stressed about what's the situation going to be, constantly looking at the news and seeing What are the updates? The thing is that all of those things are completely out of her control. But what she has control over is how she thinks, how she feels, and what she does. And that applies to every single one of us, you know, especially at this time when there's just so much uncertainty going on. We can become so stressed and upset about things. But if we can take a step back and recognize what's the reality of this situation. The reality is that we are going to be very uncertain about what's going to happen. There is not a lot that we can do about it. So let's look at some options. So even that thing of looking at your expectation versus the reality is a really good exercise to do to help you to see why you're feeling the way that you're feeling. So even to look at that, just look at expectations, reality. What are the things in between? And we can then come into that reality. So let go of those unrealistic expectations and come into the reality of the situation. And that allows you and frees you up then to be able to think in a much more realistic and positive way. So why not give it a go? It really does work. Honestly, to change your thinking makes a massive impact on your life. So this STEER model helps you to get clarity on the problems in your life, and it actually really helps you to come up with solutions. This is something I use all of the time, and if anybody is interested and would like to even have a one-to-one with me, I'm doing one-to-one Zoom sessions, and you know, after a couple of sessions you will be able to put into practice this STEER model and use it for everything in your life, not just one situation. You can use it right across your whole life for your relationships, even job. It can be used for health. It can be used for anything at all in your life because it's got to do with your thinking. So that just shows you one way of how you can steer yourself through disappointment. And there will be a lot of disappointments. There will be a lot of things that we thought were going to happen that are not going to happen now. And that is disappointing. And it's not about ignoring, you know, our negative feelings and thinking that we shouldn't be feeling disappointed. Of course, we've got to feel those feelings. But then it's learning how can we then change our thinking, how can we open up some options to look at things differently that will give us the results that we want in our lives. I will be doing a lot more videos around the STEER model, and why not subscribe to the channel, and that just means that you will get notification of the videos that I am doing. And if you like the video, why not give it a thumbs up? That would be great. So listen, that's all that I have for today. I will see you on the next video. So take care of yourselves and bye for now. Bye.